Matt Clarida from the radio. There's obviously a lot to ask about, but why don't we start with the end of the game. Jimmy, obviously they took a while to review multiple facets of the play. Can you talk about how you sort of started the 3-on-2 and what you saw there and deciding to shoot it, and what do you think it hit with Kyle exactly?
Yeah, Des Bergen chipped it off the glass, and the third St. Lawrence forward tried to keep it in at the blue line, and it bounced past him, and we had numbers going the other way. And originally I was going to try to make a pass kind of across the seam, but they had two guys who were tracking back really well. So I bought myself a little bit of time in the middle and just shot the puck, and that's exactly how he drew it up.
Go ahead, right up front again.
Jake Morrow, Harvard Crimson. For Merrick, did you get the sense in that final period that you guys were really just hanging on for dear life? It felt like you were saving a shot a minute there.
I think we did a good job of keeping everything to the outside. I don't think we were hanging on by any means. I mean, obviously St. Lawrence's season was on the line there, and of course they're going to be coming at us. I thought we battled, and we got the result we wanted.
Right up front.
Michael Ledecky, Harvard Crimson. Another one for Merrick. Talk about a couple of plays in front of your net. First, the reviewed goal. Could you break that down for us? And then second, what do you say to Clay Anderson after that one goes in?
The first reviewed goal, obviously the rebound kicked over to the right side, and I saw the St. Lawrence guy going for it, and looked like he was going to shoot it, so I just tried to get as much of my body as I could in front of it, and I thankfully felt it go into my armpit, and I was just holding on to it. And then obviously the Clay Anderson goal, so to speak, not exactly what we would have wanted, obviously, but I think it's a testament to our character and finding a way to battle back through that.
Thanks, Merrick. Other questions for the student athletes? Right back here.
Jack Lyons, USCHO. This is the first time that Harvard's going to get to defend their ECAC tournament title in the championship game. Obviously, you guys had only been to the championship game for the first time last year, but what's sort of the mindset for you guys going in with a chance to defend your title here?
We set it as our goal at the beginning of the year to repeat as ECAC champions, and I think we kind of built our schedule a little bit to have ourselves battle tested by this point. We played in 3 tournaments this year, an overtime game in the championship of the Minnesota tournament. So we got to where we want to be, and we're still the defending champs. So we're going to go out and battle tomorrow.
Go ahead.
Yep. Yeah, Matt Clarida again from the radio. For Jimmy, Coach Donato took a timeout. 3 minutes to go, mid-power play in the third. I'm wondering, it seemed like Coach Pearl got the board out, but what was discussed, obviously at a crucial moment of the game, but we often see you guys take a timeout to get out of an icing or something, so it seemed like a move where you really want to zone in on that power play, so I'm wondering what you guys thought of with the last minute of that advantage.
Yeah, it was a crucial point of the game. I think the only power play of the game, if I'm not mistaken. And we kind of used the timeout to get my unit fresh legs again for the last 59 seconds, and St. Lawrence was kind of sitting on me on the goal line a little bit, and I wasn't really an option, so we just talked about getting Colin Blackwell that look for the one-timer, which we got, and unfortunately he sent it wide, but that was the look we wanted.
One final question for Jimmy and or Merrick, right up front.
For Merrick, you've got the hat, so how went the speech?
So at first, I kind of was overcome with obviously a lot of emotions with 3 celebrations at the end of the game, waiting for the right call, obviously. But at the end of the day, I was just happy that we found a way to pull it out, and I didn't doubt us for a second, so it went well.
All right, guys, thanks for joining us. Best of luck tomorrow. Thanks, guys. All right, now we'll start off with just some general comments about the game from Coach Donato. It was obviously a great game. The crowd was into it, fast pace. Was it everything you expected?
Yeah, I think it was a great game, and I think the first. think it was a great hockey game. I think the first thing I think that needs to be said is that I want to congratulate St. Lawrence. I thought it was a heck of a game. They gave us everything we could handle. Obviously, the third period, they were able to tilt the ice a little bit on us, but it was a heck of a game. And, neither team, beat themselves at any point. Obviously, both teams, for the most part, stayed out of the box. I thought in the second period we had a couple chances to get that second goal. Hayton made some big saves, but there's a lot of respect, I think, for the way St. Lawrence plays. I mean, I think they play hard. They're very well coached, disciplined. So we knew it was going to be a tough game, and it certainly was. But very proud of my guys for the way they responded. Tough goal there to tie the game, and I thought we came out in the third, and we're on our toes, not our heels. So I liked our effort. We had some grit there and persevered through some adversity. But I think a lot of guys played very well tonight.
Thanks, Coach. Now we're going to open it up to questions from you guys. Again, please introduce yourself and your affiliation for Ted.
Coach Adam Woden, College Hockey News. You had a number of injuries on defense. You're known as an offensive-oriented team, but you allowed only one goal. It was a fluky goal. You played all 6D, it looked like, throughout the whole game. So, just talk about that. And, it looked like some of the guys had some trouble maybe at times on the wide ice, but you hung in there, you stuck it out, and that's got to be proud of the effort of only allowing one goal tonight under those circumstances.
Yeah, and let's be clear. I think the first reason for that was number 31 on the net was, he was great all night. And but I thought our D, I thought the first 5 minutes we looked, a little bit, off our game. We weren't skating, but I thought our D in general got back to pucks, moved it out quickly, and we certainly have some guys that are inexperienced back there. So this was a great challenge against the team that comes real hard on the forecheck. I thought both teams really limited, quality opportunities and waited for, the other team to make some mistakes. But, I think Coach Paul Pearl does a great job with our defense. So, to have guys step in like that, I think it's a credit to how hard those guys have worked, without the games played and his coaching as well.
Did you ever consider shortening the bench?
We did. It was kind of a strange game in the sense that there were portions of the game because the no penalties that kind of just cruised along. And, I think as we got later in the game, I'm sure we squeezed it a little bit. But, we also played, for the most part, 4 lines across. And I think we can do that up front. And, I thought some of the younger guys back there stepped up pretty well on the blue line.
Other questions for Coach Donato? Go ahead. Yep.
Matt Clarida, WHRB. I think it was late in the second period where Thomas Aiken got caught on the ice for, it seemed like a couple of shifts, and certainly over a minute in my mind, and tried a couple of times to get back and had to make a couple of plays alone back there. Did you remember that effort, and what did you think of him really sort of gassed, saving you guys there, your upper goal at the time?
I thought he played well. I don't think there's anybody on our team that would argue that he works as hard as anybody, after practice, before practice. And so it's nice to see him step in and, in a tough spot and play very well. So, I think our D, it took a little bit to get used to the different spacing and see what was available. But, after that, I thought we did a nice job. And, I think in the third, maybe we could have, made some better decisions with the puck. I think there was about a 4 or 5 minute window there where we just didn't, either skate pucks in deep or get them deep, turned them over, got stuck in our zone, made some big block shots, and everything that got through, Merrick looked excellent on. So, I think, that's something that we probably could have done a little bit better, but, I think credit to Merrick for, looking sharp all game.
Yep, right up front.
Michael Ledecky, Harvard Crimson, you get a chance to play Quinnipiac again here. What do you expect from them tomorrow night? And how do you kind of adjust, playing the nightcap game this time around as opposed to playing the 4 p.m. game?
Yeah, I do think it's tough. I think it's, when I know last year we were done early, and it's always a lot nicer watching, up in the stands or in your hotel room than being on the bench waiting for the third review. So, this is to me, a great challenge for us. Quinnipiac, has been the class of our league and the class of the country for the most part for the entire season. So I think it's a great challenge for us, but I think our guys are excited about that challenge. And, I think the second game we played them in Madison Square Garden was almost a tale of 3 games. The first period they jumped on us, and then the rest of the game we climbed back out of the hole, and they were able to get us in overtime. But they're an excellent hockey team. I think the game should be played very fast tomorrow with a lot of skill on the ice. So I think our guys are looking forward to it.
One final question for Coach Donato. Good. Go ahead.
The 3 reviews have been mentioned, but I don't think anyone asked specifically. So were you told what was going on and why so many different people were being brought in to review the final goal, and why they kept revisiting it? And
so there was a review on the first one, the pile-up, I think it's frustrating when they have to go to review, but or if they take a long time doing it. But in fairness, I think that they want to make sure they get the call right, and I think that's why we have the video review. And I think what happened was, the first review, they were seeing if the puck went in on the Kerfoot, and it looked like it was on the goal line. Possibility maybe it was covered on the goal line with a hand, but I don't think that's something that they can go to review. So that's why I thought it should have been a penalty shot. But then on the second review, on the goal itself, I think they just wanted to make sure that the puck wasn't directed in. I think the puck went off of Chris Golo's head, and then they want to make sure that there was no goalie interference. And I don't have any problem. I think that's the right way to do it. I give the refs a lot of credit. I think they looked over it, make sure. And then, the last review was actually a review for offsides, which, when they said it, I turned to Greg Carville and I said, hey, why not? I mean, at this point, I'd try it. You still got your timeout, and you can call your timeout to review the offside. So, and I think they reviewed it and said that, and saw that it was not offside, so the goal stood.
Thanks, Coach. Congratulations on the semifinals win, and best of luck tomorrow night.
Thanks, Ed.
Yep.